This time on Distant Shores, we visit the Annapolis Sailboat Show, where we meet up with fans and patrons of Distant Shores and other sailing YouTubers, check out equipment for our new boat, and learn what qualifications you might need if you want to charter a sailboat.
Then we have an update on the build of our new 49-foot expedition sailboat. As the conduit and wiring runs have been completed, the insulation is going in, and the interior of the boat is now being installed into the hull from the mock-up.
We're Cheryl and Paul Shard, hosts of the Distant Shores Sailing Adventure TV series. We've been cruising and living aboard for 34 years, documenting the sailing lifestyle. Join us for the building of our fifth boat, a custom aluminum Orion 49.
The fall season means gorgeous leaves and these fantastic forest walks, but for sailors the fall season is Annapolis Sailboat Show.
Every October for almost 40 years, Paul and I have made the trip to Annapolis. Most years we've sailed there and have had a couple of our boats in the show, but this year we're driving down since we're between boats. With the schedule we're keeping on this trip, we're especially grateful to the sponsor of this week's video, AG1. Our lifestyle involves a lot of traveling, so maintaining good health and nutrition is important to us. We've always taken vitamins to maintain wellness, but recently we've replaced them all with one comprehensive nutrition supplement, AG1. Just one scoop or one handy travel pack mixed with 8 to 12 ounces of water makes an energizing morning drink. Good before breakfast on an empty stomach for best absorption. It has a slight sweetness, a bit like apple juice. AG1 is a science-driven formulation of vitamins, probiotics, and whole food-sourced ingredients that support your brain, gut, and immune system. When we first started using AG1, we really noticed an improvement in our digestion and our energy levels.
Drinking AG1 daily is especially good when we're traveling or on a passage when you're susceptible to sleep deprivation or end up eating irregularly.
If you want to give it a try, click on the link in the description below. With your first purchase, you'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. It's a 9-hour drive from Toronto, Canada to the USA through New York State and Pennsylvania to Annapolis, Maryland for the annual In-Water Annapolis Sailboat Show. At the show, we give cruising seminars, hold several meetups, talk to fans and followers of the Distant Shores Sailing TV series and YouTube channel, and celebrate our wedding anniversary.
Wandering the boat show, we really enjoy meeting up with viewers of our videos, and thanks to social media, are reminded that we are spending our 38th wedding anniversary with friends.
Happy anniversary. Thank you.
Enjoyed y'all's channel for a
long time.
Thank you so much. Thanks for making great content.
Used to watch you guys on Ion TV.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's way back.
Remember television?
Yeah, I remember television.
Kind of boxy looking thing.
Yeah.
We had one at one time.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well,
I didn't mean to stop you. I just had to say something.
we so appreciate hearing that people enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we're sailing now, so
You inspired us.
we're very close to throwing the lines off.
Inspired you to get throwing the lines off? Are you heading down to the Bahamas?
We are.
Oh,
We
Have
are.
a fantastic time.
Yes.
You should have a great time.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
you know, a bad day on the water is better than a good day on land.
You got that right. Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
Okay, ciao.
the Annapolis Sailboat Show is one of the most popular in-water sailboat shows in North America. Every October, boat manufacturers and marine suppliers of all description come together for a long weekend in this lovely waterfront town. It's a great place to check out the latest gear and developments.
I was interested to see a few more hybrid electric drives around, including HH catamarans, since our new Enksail Orion 49 will have a hybrid drive. Are you interested in electric or hybrid propulsion? Throw a comment below. I went aboard an Antares 44 fitted with a hybrid drive and learned how they used it when this boat sailed up from Argentina.
My name is Mark Silverstein, and I work with Antares catamarans, and we're focused on the hybrid here at the boat show. Is this hybrid system a tested system, or is it something new that's just people are starting to just put on their boats? And the reality is we're using a system that's been developed and used in Europe and the UK for over 15 years. So this is a proven technology that's not new to boats. It is new to production catamaran builders like ourselves and others at the show that are now taking that exact same technology and putting it into their catamarans. So what does that mean in reality? What that means in reality is that now we're able to actually propel these boats by electric or by diesel or any combination of both. It's important because we're now able to also, while we're sailing, regenerate while we're sailing up to 340 watts per side at 7 knots, a total of 640 to more based on boat speed. So 7 knots is kind of the sweet spot for regeneration. And so what we're finding now, we have combined between ourselves and one other manufacturer about 25,000 nautical miles of sailing on this system. So this is not a new system, and it's being used in virtually every single boat that's being sold by Antares catamarans. They are going with the hybrid option. And that is also true of other manufacturers that are using this exact same technology from the same manufacturer in the UK. It's exciting to see because there's a tremendous amount of interest from other people about this, and all of our boats seem to be going this direction. All right, so let's talk about what this means in reality. So here we are in Annapolis at the boat show, and it's time for us to move. How do we move this boat? How do we engage this boat with the electric hybrids? It's really simple. All I have to do is engage the hybrid control unit over here, and I've just turned on my hybrid electric motors. And now it's simply a matter of putting this boat in forward, which I've just done, and I'm now motoring the boat forward. You can't hear it, it's a hybrid, and we're burning through 17 amps of doing that. So now I can put the boat back into neutral, and we're neutral. That's all there is to it. So the question then becomes, if for some reason I need to use my diesel, what do I have to do? It's simple. All I have to do is start my LEWMAR diesel engines, and automatically the hybrid system will switch to diesel propulsion. So the reality is, people always ask, what's the range of the hybrid? How practical is this? At 5 knots, we have between 22 and 25 nautical mile range. That's plenty of range for me to get from one anchorage to the next if it's somewhere close, for sure in and out of marinas. And it's a very simple process to be able to switch between hybrid and the diesel propulsion.
I'm a big fan of outfitting your boat with plenty of fenders. We have always carried as many fenders as we could store, often more than 10, including a couple of big spherical fenders and a number of normal tube ones. Docking in modern marinas, it can be a great benefit to have enough fenders to protect both sides of the boat and the stern as well. For rafting up against another sailboat, it can be handy to have a couple of large diameter fenders. So it catches my attention to see a new option for inflatable fenders that roll up small and light.
Seems light until you pick up this one.
Oh my goodness.
So this doesn't have a cover thing.
Right. Not having to have a whole separate other pump. You can just use your dinghy pump.
So for storage, if you're going to be offshore for a while, you don't want the fenders kicking around. Think how much room 6 or 8 of these takes. The same adapter that would be used for a inflatable dinghy.
Right.
Same hose end.
I'm usually the one lugging fenders this side, traditional fenders, and it's a workout.
Right. So you should get to decide that you want the fenders, and maybe you can pick the color, and then everyone's happy. Here you go.
You're lifting with your baby finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's not woven, it's knitted. The fibers start at the bottom, they come up here, they go all the way to the same fibers the whole way. It's knitted, not woven. And you have a different knit pattern here than here. The top and the bottom patterns allow for expansion. So when you blow it up in the morning, it heats up during the day. These expand, you maintain your back pressure that you need for it to do its job. And then in the evening, when the air cools down, the top and bottom contract again, so you still maintain the pressure you need for it to do its job. The technology of your vinyl fenders hasn't changed in the last 30 years.
Until now. Plenty of yacht charter companies come to the boat show. Did you know you might be able to rent a boat yourself?
Hi, yes, my name's Lisa Nichols. I am the Senior Charter Specialist with Navigare Yachting. My specialty is charter sales for Navigare. We are the third largest charter company in the world, and we have bases in the Med and in the Caribbean as well. We have almost every size of Bali in our fleet now, as well as lagoons and fountain Peugeots. It depends on the base, so if you're going to charter with us in the Caribbean, we don't need certifications, but certifications are always helpful. But we mostly look at experience, what size boats have you chartered in the past, and if you have had a little experience, or maybe you wanted to charter a boat larger than what you have chartered in the past, we would recommend a checkout skipper, which is an option to have a skipper for a day to take you out and show you how the boat works, make sure that you're qualified, and 9 times out of 10, you're free to go on for the rest of your week without the skipper.
I asked Lisa what happens if there's a problem.
Then he could stay with you for the rest of the week as an option. So pretty much that's what would happen. You would have to go out with him for the rest of the week if he didn't feel like you were qualified to take the boat out on your own. Mostly people are okay. It's just a matter of getting used to the size, a bigger size boat. We also offer crude charters, so we can provide a captain and a cook for any charter as an a la carte option. We have one fully crewed boat in the BVIs that comes with its own crew. And then in the Mediterranean, the requirements are a little bit stricter. We have to have your ASA certifications, as well as mostly the 104, and then included with that, we have to have the IPC, which is an international sailing certificate that also includes a VHF requirement.
Beautiful weather so far.
Gorgeous.
You had lots of people come to the show.
We had a great day yesterday. It was VIP day, so it was a little bit smaller, more people that were invited, and a lot of our customers came by yesterday, which was very nice to meet them in person, because I talk to them sometimes for 3 years until I get to meet them face to face. So that was very nice. We had a great day yesterday. Looking forward to a wonderful day today.
If you have ever wanted to try out tropical sailing and get an introduction to the cruising lifestyle, Paul and I invite you to sail with us in the lovely British Virgin Islands for a week this winter. We've put together an all-inclusive package aboard a Bali 4.8, a very luxurious catamaran. We've been running these weeks since 2007, introducing people to this amazing lifestyle on the water. Participate as much or as little as you'd like.
So we try to do get-togethers when we come down to Annapolis because there's so many people in the town at the same time for the boat show. So we're having a Patreon meetup, one of the pubs here. Perfect day today to be in the pub instead of out at the boat show because it is just pouring rain. I think we are booked in at Middleton's here, the Middleton Tavern, established in 1750. Close enough. Look who I found. It's Mary Lee.
Hey, Mary Lee, good to see you.
Oh, we're in the way already.
One of the highlights of the Annapolis Sailboat Show is the Cruisers Creating Content booth, where you can meet your favorite sailing podcasters, bloggers, and video creators all in one place.
We're here at the Sailing Channel booth, and now Cruisers creating content.
We'll be here on Sunday at 3 o'clock.
3 till 4 o'clock. Hey, one
Guys, I had to photo bomb the video. My bad. Love you. Miss you in the marina.
Love you too.
It's good fun catching up with industry friends and fans at the booth, as well as hanging out with fellow sailing YouTubers for the weekend. Maybe there's a few that you know.
So I hope you've enjoyed the visit to the Annapolis Sailboat Show with us. It's just one of the great things about autumn in this part of the world.
It's time for an update on our new aluminum Enksail Orion 49, currently being built in the Netherlands. With all the aluminum pieces for the hull and deck completed, The next stage is to fabricate and install the custom interior that will attach to the frames. You might be surprised how it's done. First, the builder constructs an exact duplicate of the framing for the hull. Exact copies of the original aluminum frames are computer cut from particle board and carefully set up. The white floors are built in to copy where the tanks and subfloor will be. We are calling this the mock-up because it is an exact duplicate of the interior. Then the first pieces of the final interior can be installed in the form of the real plywood floors. Now the carpenters have a space where they can build up the final interior cabinetry. After a few months' work, the interior is coming together using the mahogany we chose in an earlier episode. See link below. Meanwhile, the forward cabin has been built as a separate mock-up next to the main cabin mock-up right on the woodshop level. And the hull itself has been brought into the finishing shed as we're getting into the last few months of construction. It was a big time savings to be able to work on the interior at the same time the hull was being worked on. A few months ago in the paint shop, the deck was painted. It was also painted inside, below the waterline, to make it easier to clean and maintain. Then the hull was moved to the main build shop. Next, conduits are run to protect and organize electrical wiring, and pipes and tubing for fuel and water. These conduits are then ready for plumbing and cabling and bilge systems to be fitted. Finally, the hull is ready to have the foam insulation sprayed in place. Normally, all this would have to be done before the carpenters would be able to get into the boat and start fitting woodwork. But in this case, the carpenters have been working for months on the interior cabinetry, building the forward cabin, the main heads and shower, the galley, the salon, and all the rest. And instead of clambering in and out of the hull, they have the interior up on the level next to their workshop. So as soon as the foam insulation was completed, the first piece of carpentry could be fitted, and just last week the whole forward cabin was fitted in place.
Thanks for following along on our journey. We appreciate your likes, shares, comments, and questions. Stay tuned for more updates on Distant Shores 4 in upcoming episodes, and don't miss the opportunity to join us on one of our sail away weeks in the British Virgin Islands this February 2024. Info below.